What's going on, people? It is day, I don't even know, like I say that every single video. It is Friday the 21st of January, and I can confirm finally I've managed to secure another 2 flats for temporary accommodation. So congratulations to me. I'm on 6 properties now, which is, fantastic, amazing. Yeah, fantastic, amazing. I just spoke to the local authority then. Well, my representative said that 2 people are going to move in on Monday. I've got the furniture for Monday to come. I had to order it off Argos because everywhere else is pretty spenny and Argos has everything. So I just ordered it to be, all in the same delivery. Like TVs, sofas, that it's pretty expensive, man. It's pretty expensive, but you gotta pay. And then I'm gonna go B&M and get some bits and bobs and shit like that. That did bankrupt me. In my Lloyd's, in my business bank, I barely have anything. One thing that I need to do, actually, let me stop speaking over myself, right? I am broke when it comes to money now because I have nothing in my business. Well, I have something, barely anything. I have nothing in my current, and then I'm using my credit card to be able to pay off a few things. Now, it will pay me back over time, which is amazing. This first few months is going to be hard because I've got expenses to pay, such as I've got this on Klarna, and then I've also got the HMRC to be able to pay back. There are Now, as much as I'm happy with that, there are a few things that I need to sort out, and it's mainly with my routine, headspace, and mindset. Now, headspace and mindset are pretty much the same thing, but you know, there are some personal things which I need to sort out myself. A few habits that I continuously keep going back to, and I'm an advocate for, I always say this every single time: the progress is in the specific. So if you do have habits like let's say for example me, I have a habit of continuously trying to message girls, go on dating platforms, go play games every now and then, go on, every now and then, if you know what I mean. And like I said, it's not necessarily bad, but the problem with it is how you do one thing is how you do everything. And when you have this continuous, cycle of this vicious cycle of telling yourself you want to stop this, stop this, stop this, and you do it anyway, it just adds to the doubt. I believe every little thing that, even though it doesn't actually specifically affect the progress you're making within the business, it adds to the bad effects of your mindset. It adds to the doubt. And people might say, "Oh, you're on that spiritual crap and all that," but it's not like I'm being real, because a lot of the time, when it comes to actually trying to work, I have this sort of feeling. It's like, fuck, like this isn't gonna happen. This isn't gonna happen. And even though I have these properties to back myself up, it's like the mindset there is like, shit, like I don't have anything to back up because I've let this happen and I said I'm not going to do that, and then this happened and I said I don't. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, I want to be able to have every part of my life that I can control the best I possibly can do. I also want to talk briefly about the business model which I'm doing. Now, I'm young. I'm 21 years old, about to turn 22. And even then, I'm still young because I believe the ages from when you start at 20, 18, 19, okay, good. But when you start at 20, that is when you actually start living your life, and now chasing whatever you want to be able to do. Now it's your opportunity to start to become great. It's within your 20s, because of course, people, I've said, of course, about 5 times just then, but you could start a sport when you're young. You could start something when you're young, which of course you lead into as you get older, which is great. But for us that haven't had anything growing up to, when we're 20 years old, within our 20s, that's when we can start to become great. And it's when we need to start to become great. You can still do it in your 30s, but it's better to do it in your 20s when you're young, you're hungry, you don't have kids, you don't have a wife. Well, you might do, but you don't necessarily have as many expenses, and you have more time to be able to spend on focusing on yourself. Now, when people look at me right now, they might say, "Oh my God, you've got 6 properties, you're making X a month." But there's still an enormous doubt inside my head that tells me every single day, with the councils in terms of temporary accommodations and nightly rates, there's still a massive void of, maybe this still might not work because the councils are shutting down the nightly rates. And I hate to have that mindset, because if everyone thought the same thing, I would have never been successful, because this person says that, this person says that, they can't, but this person's still got 18 properties on temp accommodation. You've really got to think about it. And it's not so much about the case that they're not doing it, it's about convincing them and making it work for themselves. Now, I'm going to put you on some game if anyone's watching this or anything, and there's even for myself, a great tip that someone told me was, you need to be able to come to the council with specific things that you're able to help them out in order to justify that nightly rate. So for example, getting a lower price, amazing. For example, getting those houses, amazing. But those are typically what everyone's doing. What this person said was, go, because there's a massive need for people that have mobility issues. So let's say, for example, you say, I can supply a bungalow, I can supply a ground floor flat. That's all you need me for. And if you pay me that nightly rate, which is still relatively low, then I can only get those for you. They're going to be fantastic, because they're working with the select providers. And this is what I always say, to be able to go on complete ASTs like that, I don't think, and a lot of people don't think, that's just going to happen, because the councils make huge amount of money anyway, and for them to instantly say, I'm just going to go on AST, it's crazy. There's always going to be some sort of way you're able to profit reasonably well. And I believe the nightly rate is going to stick with a few councils, quite a few. And for me, I always want to be able to have access to everything, in terms of, I want to be in with as many people as possible, this. But you've also got to look at the reality of this. There's always going to be a yes. There's always going to be an opportunity to be able to grab, because I always say this, I used to say, if not this, and what else? I said this previously, if not this, something else. Something else will come up. If all the councils and all the providers turn around to you today and said no, you're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to keep going forward. And then guess what? A council and a provider are going to say yes. It's 100% true. You can't tell me that within 40 years' time, of you dedicating your life to this, they're going to say no, it's impossible. So I should be actually fortunate that I've had 3 councils say yes to me. Now, of course, one of them I'm working with, which is good. One of them that I've had multiple meetings with, which is still really good, even though, they've not actually signed me off any properties yet, because having that relationship of continuously meetings after meetings after meetings, it just builds that rapport, because you can't have these many meetings without, and obviously the confidence is there anyway. We're going to get this sorted. He sent me an email yesterday after I had the meeting with the manager. We just need to get the prices and finances sorted, and then we can start doing it. That is fantastic. Also, a local authority, which, I had a great meeting with. A bit of a bummer how it went to Christmas, and then a few things went, a bit quiet. Still not heard from her this week. It's all right. I'm going to chase up next week, and I'm going to hear back. But the mindset to have is, as much as I really want this to be able to, because my mindset is, she might come round and say, or after, confirming the night rates, I'm going to go forward, she might say, actually, we're changing everything this year. And I'm going to, try my very best to be able to convince, using the methods, and I need to make a note of these methods for other local authorities. But there's also supported living, and I have providers that are itching for properties. A lot of the times I doubt myself when I'm not working on it, but that's the exact reason. I'm not working on it. That's why I'm getting these doubts. I need to put myself in the position where I'm continuously, every single day, chasing providers, chasing properties, and this mindset will not be there. It'll be a case of, okay, we'll see when it happens. It will come. And right now, considering I'm broke, registered providers are an amazing way to be able to get money. Get the first month's rent off the landlord, get them to pay you the first month's rent. You made whatever the first month's rent was that day. Let's say if it's a HMO, £3,000. Fantastic. That's yours, and a steady £300 or £400 profit a month. Now, I'm talking a lot on this video, but it's fine. It's my YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm young. Then I want to be able to give myself the access, the ability to be able to have room to be able to do something else. Now, currently, I am so fortunate to be able to get this delivery driving job. I've just done my first day of driving the van, and I was a bit scared. I was a bit nervous, but I'm glad I can see it's sustainable. Good price, great, sustainable. That's what I need. Close by, great. I've got these properties going well. I know what I need to be able to do in this business. It's going to take a while. There's going to be problems, but it's For me, it works great. And every single business that I do, every single sport or product or service or I try and lease anything, you're always going to be in the back of the mind. Can I pull this off? This is happening. Now you feel depressed. Now you feel, oh my God, it's not happening. But you just have to do it. So, and I find that there's so much time in the day for me to do much more. I spend a lot of the time now, knowing what I know now, having the ability to understand things a lot easier than I did last year, how to work more efficiently, that I can savor a lot of my time. And I've been using a lot of time not working as hard as possible because I just kind of slacked out. And I'm very fortunate still for getting these properties. I just need one a month. For one a month, got the 2 now, so 10 more, get more, of course. But I'm going to do something else. Going to stay with this course, stay with this business, put maximum effort, efficiency into it. But I need to leave room. But I not need. There is room for me to be able to go out and do something else, be something great, because it's not even a plan B. It's maximizing my time as a 24-hour clock, and also my age. Doing as much as possible. Doing as much as possible. Whether that's becoming an actor, filmmaker, learning a new business, new product, creating a product, something. There is something more for me out there. I'm trying to be great. I'm really trying to be great. And, you want to be able to fast track yourself as quick as, give yourself as many opportunities, because I often find myself sat here twiddling my thumbs, wondering what the fuck do I need to do. And then that's when, these little things that you tend to not want to do, such as messaging girls, or, people might have their guilty pleasures like drinking or doing that. And then I often try and get busy doing the things that aren't necessarily needed, but I do because I feel like I need to do something. Singing as well. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, and yeah, very fortunate to be able to get these properties. If anyone sees these videos, I hope you are using your time efficiently. You are trying to be great, because we're all gonna die anyway. That's, even though that quote is so cliche, if that's the best word to use. It's such a powerful one, and I keep it with me every single day in the back of my mind, because that's the bottom line. You're going to die anyway. I don't know if I should. I don't know if but come on, man, you're gonna die anyway. You might as well go out there and do the best that you've ever can. Try and achieve what you don't think you were able to achieve. Yeah. Thank you very much. And on Tuesday, when I go to the property, I'm going to make a clip on Monday when the property apprentice comes, and then Tuesday after, when I'm able to record all the properties and stuff. So, yes.